Hello guys, welcome back to Blueprints, episode number 15 I think we are. Yep. We're day 19 in the house, but that's because few episodes where we did like 2 days where things didn't go our way. The last time things did go our way in a way. We ended up with all kind of things that we were not really planning to do that day, but that's how it often goes in this mansion. We have 70 steps. We had the morning room in the house, as we often do, since we have the breakfast nook, and that thing always adds the morning room to the pool. So we very often start with 4 gems that way. And we also got an extra star because we had the morning star yesterday in our thingy thing. We solved the pink Vera, I think it's called. The pink signal we solved. We found some more allowance tokens. We are at 20 at the moment now. And we also got in the drafting studio. We had a bunch of items yesterday. We also filled up the whole grid, so we got the full house trophy as well. And we had the magnifying glass, and in the drafting studio we dropped it at the room for the first time. We found the safe and our magnifying glass showed up, and then you can interact with it. It's such a small tape, it was like a paper maquette and or maquette, and with a magnifying glass you can actually interact with the safe. So we got our 7 letters, of which the great Alzara in the Rumpus room told us that we would only find 7. And that's because one has been held back by the blackmailers. Somebody's blackmailing our great uncle. Right, we also broke these things. Because we saw our great uncle walk on the computer with a vase in the entry hall, and the other day we had that morning star, and so we broke it. But I'm not gonna pick them up every day. We picked them up in the previous episode because we had the trading post, and those are things you can actually trade. So then you start the day with 3 items. So this time I'm just gonna put them back. Well, we picked up 2, and then the other one is always in here. This is whenever this door opened, there is always one in here. There we go. Everything is connected again. No point in going in. That gave us the throne room floor plan the other day. But I took them back out because we had trading posts, so I yeah, we have nothing planned today specifically with outside the room, so I'm just gonna drop the room. Sometimes you want to wait a bit until you see what the day brings you, and then you might need a certain room. Today we will just see what it gives and then go from there. The shrine, the tomb booth, interesting. The tomb not so much anymore. We have lit up every candle we can there, which of course would give us 2 rolling dice to start with. The schoolhouse would give a bunch of classrooms that we can go through. The shrine, we could do a blessing. We know 3 coins gives us, what is it, the high roller. 5 coins the gardener, which will add 8 courtyards to your house. Didn't I pick up my allowance? Oh no, I was not inside the house yet. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the shrine. Come back to you in a second, mate. We need to pick up some money first. pick up. I picked up the microchip, not my money. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna offer him 5 coins. We don't have more, so. How the blessing of the shrine works is, you give him some coins and he will give you a blessing. There are 8 different blessings, and the first blessing, I don't even know what it is. The dancer, I think. If you give him 1 or 2 coins, you will get the dancer. If you give him 3 or 4 coins, you will get the next one, and then 5 or 6, and so on. So there are 8 different. It's always 2 coins more. So it's like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. And then you will get that blessing for 3 days. If you add 16 to them, then you will add 1 day more. So if you want, let's say, blessing of the dancer, it's 5 coins. So if you want that for 3 days, you give him 5 coins. It will be blessing of the dancers for 3 days. If you give him 16 more, if you give him 21 coins, it will be 4 days. 16 more again will be 5 days. 16 more again, 6 days. 16 more again for the whole week. That's sort of how it works. 8 different blessings, 2 coins difference between the blessings, and if you want a specific blessing for longer, you need to give him 16 more coins for every extra day. But the most interesting ones are 3, 5, and 13. And then you can add 16 if you want. In this case, we could do 3. Then it's about shops and rolling dice. Every time you drive the shop, how is it again? Every time you drop the shop, you get 2 rolling dice, I think. And every time you re-roll with the dice, you get 10 coins or something like that. That's the high roller. That's 3 or 19 or 35 or 51 and so on. 5 coins is the gardener, I think. That will add 8 courtyards to your house. And then 13 is the monk, which gives you the option to draft rooms outside the next day after you called it a day. So like, if you call it a day in the den and the next morning you come here, you will be able to draft the den as one of the outside rooms. Assuming that will have to do with some puzzles or so, that we need to be able to do that. So I'm just gonna go for 5 coins. That is blessing of the gardener, which will add 8 courtyards to our house for 3 days. There we go. Blessing of the gardener. 8 courtyards to draft your pool. Okay. Why are the courtyards so good? Because we have upgraded them. They have 2 gems. They cost a gem to draft, but we get 2 gems back in the room. So, and they are also T-shapes. They are green rooms. Very often have items, shovels, sledgehammers, and we have 8 of them, as you can see, for 3 days. We did this before. And seeing they are T-shapes, that is maneuverability within your house. Let's start with the den. And then we usually see what we get here. Hallway. Pretty good. That gives us the opportunity to drop a dead end right here. There we go. Get that stuff out of our pool. A gem and 10 steps, we'll take it. The hallway is upgraded with a key. There it is. L shape will do. The problem here is we have 2 west wing holes in our draft pool, so it very often gives us the west wing hole. Okay, we'll sacrifice one exit, but let's first see what's going on this side. I guess we'll run an experiment. We also have 2 laboratories. Those are the first 2 floor plans that showed up in the first time we did the Chamber of Mirrors. The laboratory and the west wing, so that's why I have 2 of them. Okay, set up the experiment, please. Let's see what we can do today. Each time you find some trash while digging. That's definitely what we're gonna do because we have 8 courtyards in the house. We could add a small chest to the entrance hall, or we do letters. We'll do letters to the letter to the mailroom. We already have 3, but I think we can get like 20 or something. So we need to keep adding letters, sending them to the mailroom. The next time that we enter that mailroom, that we have all of them, and they give you answers in case you don't know them. Research logs. Let's log into the network, please. We'll use the RTA, remote terminal access. Gives us the option to connect to one offline computer. We will do security. Although I don't trust very much in this system, but the keycard system is currently operational. We will set the security level very low, but the other day we hardly got any security doors. And then you put it on low, you sometimes get 3 or 4. So I don't know if this low thing actually works. We put it on low and locked at the moment because we obviously we don't have a keycard at the moment. We have nothing from items. We want to go to the right, preferably. That's not great, eh? We filled up the grid yesterday. They don't like that by the looks of it. They're gonna give us green rooms. No, nothing serious that goes right. We'll take the parlor here. And then see if we can get an east wing home. The car keys. Yeah, could give us the secret garden key. This box contains the gems. Maybe, if you say so. This box does not contain the gems. Could also be true. The other 2 boxes are true. That's not possible, I think. This box contains the gems. If this is true, then they're in blue. This box does not contain the gems. could also be true, then they're still in blue. But then this guy, if this guy is speaking the truth, then they're all 3 true. No, we don't have any lie. That's not possible. We need to have at least 1 lie and at least 1 truth. So this guy has to be lying. Which means that this guy is telling us that one of the other boxes is not true. It also doesn't work, does it? This is a weird one. This box does not contain the gem. Let's say this is a lie. Which means that they are in white then. This box contains the gems. That has to be a lie too then. Then we have 2 lies. And then this one, and then we have 3 lies. If we make black true, the other 2 are also true. If we make black false, the other 2 are also false. I don't know, they can be... The other 2 boxes are... The other 2 boxes... This box contains, they are not in here. No. This one is lying. This box contains the gems. They are not true. This box does not contain the gems. Not true, then they are in here. This is a lie because only one of them is true or something. No, then they're all false. I don't know. I don't get this one. If I make blue true, then I also have to make white true. This box contains the gems. Let's say this is true. Let's say they're in here. This box does not contain the gems. That also means that this one has to be true, because if he's lying, then he's saying that the gems are also in here. Blue, we made blue true. If blue is true, then white is also true. And then black is also true, which means they're all 3 true. That is not possible. So we cannot make blue true. So blue is false. This box does not contain the gems. Okay. The other 2 boxes are true. That is then false as well. So we have 2 lies. So this needs to be... This needs to be true. This box does not contain the gems is true. This box contains the gem is a lie. So they are not in here, they are not in here, they are in black. Yeah, they have to be in black then. Yeah, yes, jeez, Manelli. That was a brainer, that one. Now, we got the full house trophy out of the way, so we don't necessarily want to fill that house though. So I'm thinking I'm more interested in going up than coming down here, because then if we come down, we have that the whole east side. We always have to take in consideration our foundation doesn't have an east, etc. So the more we can go up here, the better. problem with this room is that it adds the morning room and then it usually gives immediately the morning room here. You want to get like an east wing hall or something here, or a chapel, and anything with a T-shape. Okay, of course, courtyards. What just about to say, we have 8 courtyards in this house, and we have an experiment to dig up trash. That's good. That's good. The first courtyard, we immediately find a shovel. That's great. That's great for our experiments. We can get a lot of letters to the mailroom today. I'm consuming that one of them has at least trash, which usually does. There we go. A letter has been delivered to the mailroom. Okay, that's one. Now keep these courtyards coming. The pool, what does that do? Pump room. Do we need a pump room for any reason? No. The pool is not even empty because we emptied the reservoir. The problem with the reservoir is we opened all the boxes with the moon down below. And we found out that green notes in blue boxes are speaking the truth. And one of the green boxes said that there are allowance tokens in the white. So we need to open some white boxes there as well. So I don't need a pump room. I don't need to raise my reservoir yet. So we'll just do a chapel in here. We have also raised this. We have not broken the pick yet. You can only do it once. And we are assuming that it contains 1 or 2 coins for the day that you play. So the longer you wait, the more there will be in there. And so I'm not doing it. We probably need later a lot of coins or something. I want to go there and hope on another courtyard. Courtyard is a room you can get in the middle of the house. Courtyard and cloisters are the only 2 green rooms you can get in the middle of the house. All the other green rooms you can only get on the edges, on the perimeter. Well, not even the perimeter, just on the west wing and on the east wing. Not even, can't get them on the bottom, you can't get them on the top either. So, but see, we have 8 courtyards in our house. Here's the next one. There we go. Oh yeah, we have that stupid thing that I didn't think of. Okay, what we got? Crap, that's another letter. That's 2 letters. Okay, keep them coming. That's another letter delivered. That's 3 letters again. I wanted something with an exit to the right, please. Bit early to use keys, eh? Okay. We will go back then. There we go. And surpass that closed door. And use another courtyard. Potential more letters. And we found the shovel, the sledgehammer and the metal detector. And we got some extra steps. Good. Then this can be trash praise. Get another letter. Here we go. It doesn't say a letter anymore. We got another courtyard which connects to the fountain. Sure. Okay, we got a key. We got some coins. Bit of everything. Yeah, if you run a courtyard there with the gardener thing from the shrine, it is like it's crazy. Spare room or something? Chamber of mirrors. No, we can't get there from the parlor. No, that's not a good one. I think we can better do another courtyard. It's upgraded courtyard, so we always get 2 extra gems. Okay, nice. And some footsteps. How many do we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Downstairs. Whatever. Just about to say, I don't necessarily need this thing to connect to. Seems to be a good place to put a code check. There's a vault key in there at the moment. We can get out here. We can get to West Wing Hall as well. Vault key, we're gonna do with that. Or this one, then we have access to it easily, then we don't have to go around. And we'll get some extra food and coins, that's always good. Five steps. Anything that goes up would be nice. Another West Wing Hall. We still have 3 courtyards as well. Probably not a bad idea. Garage gives us more keys, of course. Or bedroom to get to the square. Because we have nothing here. That wall is dead. We can come from the foundation, but put the garage here just for the keys. Oh yeah, we found the car keys in the pantry. Compass and a treasure map of some sort. Where do you want us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2. It's over here. Right connection from the foundation and we're there. And we can dig it up because we have all the materials we need. Shovel, sledgehammer, metal detector. You don't want much more. We preferably want to go left here with something. Otherwise we're going to have to go all the way around to the foundation. Armory. Take it. What do you have? Shield. I might buy the shield. We have the sledgehammer. Just buy the shield in case we get a weight room or an archive or something on the top that we can shield it. Then we don't have the effect of that room. Don't need the morning star. I don't need a torch. We have lit up everything that we can. Commissary, what are you selling? We got the metal detector, the sledgehammer, the shovel. It's not gonna sell us anything except for maybe a magnifying glass or something. We got a compass as well. Yeah. Magnifying glass, running shoes, salt shaker, something like that the commissary is gonna have. We have the rest with us. Gems is also not a problem. We are getting 2 gems from every courtyard. Which also means a lot of digging. We probably should not have a problem with keys. The only problem we're gonna have long term is gonna be key cards. How about we retry and try to get power? Or the vault. The vault. We didn't do the code check with the vault. We're gonna do it anyway though. We have a plan. This is also a rook room. We have a plan. The more money, the better. If we can get a locksmith or something, we can buy a bunch of keys. We can go downstairs and open a bunch more of those boxes. Of course, that means that we did sort of lock us in here on the left side. That's okay. We have a foundation. Foundation, where we can dig over it a bit more. That's our first keycard door. That's not good. Unless we dig up a dig. No, coins. Yeah, coins. Only one dig spot here. Normally there are 2 or 3. It's also not delivering letters anymore. Was it only 3? Or is it just stop giving us the message? I think it's 5 or 6 now. We had 3 letters on the bottom table. So we'll see next time when we get the mail room. That one is not available at the moment. We still have chapel as well. Commissary. Yeah, we can take it, but the thing is not gonna. It doesn't sell keycards. So that's the problem. That would be great if it would sell keycard for 25 coins or something. It's selling food even. It is selling food. Then you know that you have the most of the items already available. Set of gems, 4 gems for 10 coins, sure. There we go. Let's get down with 10 keys. We'll see. We might buy some more keys. You can buy 50, I think. $50 coins, I mean, 5 keys. I don't want this. Do we need food? I'm gonna go left. Because we can go from foundation to here, we can go from chapel to there. If we can get a T-shape here, we're in a okay shape. Especially if you get a sleeping mask. Which doesn't work unless you go back in and out. Now it works. +2, +5. And we dig up the whole place here as well. Where is it made? Apparently here. Some more coins. Actually, if it would be full coins, then we just go back to the commissary and buy all the keys we can get. It's not always a full box of coins. Could be 40 coins, but it could also be 25 coins and 5 gems or something, or 4 gems. Oh, it's not actually. It's not a treasure. What is this? The Baron Bafflers makes the validity of a statement clear. On a certain scale, this is very hot. Okay, what is that? Scale Kelvin? Kelvin is a scale, but what does that have to do with very hot? Informs you that there is no school today. Agenda? VINNDA. Okay, well, what do we need? What's the rules here? Because each clue is a hint for 2 different words. The word below, the long one, and a second smaller word found within that word. Okay. Each letter in the small word will be included in the next clue's long word. Lastly, the first letter of each small word forms this week's solution, a member of the 6th clue. Okay, so what are we saying? Each letter in the small word will be included in the next clue's long word. Oh, okay, so it's not like these 3 letters will be these 3 letters all over the place. No, we just... But what is it with these 3 letters then? The first letter of each small word. Okay, those are the gray ones, let's say. The first letter, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are this week's solution. Kept behind locked doors. Secret. S-E-C-R-E-T. Could be. S-E-C-R-E-T. Could be. That would make this C-R-E. Can affect one greatly when made by someone with a strong spirit. Can affect one greatly when made alcohol? Alcohol is a spirit. It can affect one greatly, yeah, if you have drunk too much. Alcohol. But that's secret. And we're only using 1 letter from secret in alcohol. That doesn't seem to be word. Not sure. Or alcohol and secret is something else. Secret is wrong. Alcohol is, yeah, alcohol fits, but secret also fits. Makes the validity of a statement clear. What makes a statement valid? T-R-U-T-H? No, it's not root. Makes the valid. What makes a statement valid? No idea. On a certain scale, this is very hot. Yes. Kelvin is a scale. Fahrenheit is too long. Celsius is too long. Kelvin is a scale, but I don't understand the very hot one. It would make this a V. On a certain scale, so the full word is scale. This is very hot, and then the small gray word is supposed to be hot. Or the opposite, ice. Or is the scale like a balance that you'll have to take it literally? That's literally a scale. To weighting something, like weight. But how would balance be with very, very hot? I don't know. Not getting that one. Informed you that there is no school today. Yeah, you put it in your agenda, right? Or in your phone or something. Nowadays it would be in your smartphone. Back in the day you put it in your notepad or in your agenda. Agenda comes A-G-E-N-D-A. But then what is NDA here? And what are the gray solution? The gray is also forming a word on itself, right? No, with only the first letter of each of the small words. Oh, I thought it was like the full. A group composed of members that have similar characteristics. A group. Could be an orchestra, but that's Dutch. That's for orchestra. In the Dutch version, it would fit O-R-K-E-S-T, orchestra. In English, it's orchestra. I don't know. I'm not sure. We know what that means. If you're not sure, think about it. Take a screenshot. Try to fill it in. Kept behind lower door. Do we need to take this literally? It's like an inmate or something. Inmate also works. Or is it more secrets are also kept behind locked doors? Especially in this puzzle game, you would say like it's secrets. But if it's literally a person's in jail, then it could be an inmate. Both of them would fit. Can affect one greatly when made by someone with a strong spirit. Spirit is alcohol, which fits. Alcohol fits in here. But what would the small word then? LCO. Inmate, it would make this an M, and secret would make this a C. So it could be C, and alcohol would make this an L. So CL or ML, that doesn't work. So then it's probably secret and alcohol. Get behind the locked doors, a secret. can affect one greatly when made by someone with spiritus alcohol. Can definitely affect one greatly. Yeah, I'm more solving it like in a cryptic way, but it's not the idea here, I think. If you read the directions. But it would make it CL. Because the first letter of the small words of the grays of the darker boxes, the first letters from the 6 words will form the solution for this week. A member of the 6th clue. Yeah, so there are 6. So if we make secret and alcohol, then it is CL for the first 2. Makes the validity of a statement clear. What makes the statement? What makes it clear that the statement is valid? A law or something. Summon. What was this CL? It almost needs to start with a vowel. If it's CL. Six letter words starting with CL. Clowns. On a certain scale, this is very hot. Yeah, I don't understand the very hot. Very could be a V. And then hot is in. Something which is hot is in. If it's like in fashion, that would make this VIN, then it could be Kelvin. Then we have CL something V. Clover. CLOVER. Then the word should start with an O here. Informs you that there's no school today. That would make it agenda then, but AGEN. That would make this an N. Then we're gonna get VN. No, this should be an E then. Informs you that there's no school today. It could also be a person or something. Like a teacher or something. If this is Kelvin, then this needs to be also a vowel. Huh? A member of the 6th clue. A member. What's a member? A client? CLIENT? Client could be a member. Client of a society. Secret alcohol. Then this needs to start with an I. Makes the validity of a statement true. Makes the validity. How do you even pronounce that? Validity? Valid. Makes the validity of a statement clear. Starting with an I. On a certain scale, this is very hot. But that's what. And it's definitely not the Kelvin scale. Because if it's client, then this needs to be an E, not a V. Informs you that there's no school today. And this should be an N. And this is a group, yeah, this could be a music group or something. Band or something. Similar characteristics. Group composed, yeah, it's a music group. Music groups are composing. So it's like a fanfare or something, or an orchestra, or Or a brass band or something like that. Some sort of band or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Figure out what that could be. And what does it lead to? Not sure. Client, what the... I don't know. I don't even know what it would lead to, actually, to be honest. Referring to this game, I mean. What is this here? We have courtyards, and why are you giving me these stupid rooms? Give me something with a T shape, like that. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And a lot of trash. A letter has been delivered to the mailroom. Oh, the game catches up again. So we're still delivering letters though. Which means that there are already 6 or something. Or it's possible that an old shoe, and so it's actually not trash. So we're gonna have to figure it out. Whatever. Okay. This is gonna be a few days of courtyard running though. Because yeah, we have this thing for 3 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have still 2 courtyards to go. Ooh. Rook, bishop, pawn. I think we have to do study. Yeah, we have the vault, which a vault was also a rook. I need a knight though. But if we can do study, which is the queen's room. Now we just need to look for security or so, which is a knight. And then office is the king room. Yes, we need to do it. We need to do it. No hesitation actually. And a key card on top of it. Okay, why are you beeping, mate? Oh, there we go. Because you hit a queen. A little key, which is good. Might even buy some more keys later on. That's sort of in my bag. We just fill the house with some stuff over here, see what we can do, and then go underground and open a bunch of boxes. This might be one of those days where we sort of just sacrifice. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, we already sold out with keys. I thought we could buy 5. Did we buy them all of them already? Apparently. Oh, that's fine. That's fine, we found the key card, we can open the door. And what is that? The dark room is not that interesting, mate. We'll do another courtyard. Oh yeah, we can redraw with gems. We can redraw with gems because of the study. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Not for now, but for later. Courtyard is fine. My god, one lousy coin. Nothing of interest was buried here. Yeah, we don't get the text anymore for the letters. I think we got like 8 letters or so. We can redraw again. We can check it if we want to. Do we have a magnifying glass? No, we don't. You gotta be kidding me. We can better keep these rooms for higher up though. Let's check it anyway, magnifying glass or not. Also gives an order for the next time we open it. What we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4 more. I think we looked at this one already. Yeah, this is the 9.3. In case it's useful, the steam duct system. Due to the ever-changing nature of the rooms on the estate, we ended up building the duct system in the quite flexible, and if you look along the ceiling in many rooms, you will find many of them have outfitted with steam ducts. Yeah, we know that, mate. We know that. We know we can connect rooms. Okay. The problem here is I need to look at that stamp. But yeah, that doesn't matter. Every time we have the magnifying glass, we need to look for the mail room so we can look at these stamps. Simon, let me know if I'm writing you too much. I've never been too good, blah blah blah. Still, if it was that important. I haven't spoken much about Sim's departure. I know you didn't know him that well, but as soon as you're ready, I'm going to have plenty of stories to tell. He was a fearless businessman with the greatest respect for invention. Of all the laboratories I've worked in, I can tell you Mount Holly was a gem. And I'm hoping that we continue that work once you've taken up the reins. Okay. You still have to find the 46th room. I don't think so, mate. You're a little bit late with your letter. Dear Simon, after giving it some thought, I've decided I'm going to keep helping you. I also just had a small chat with the probate lawyer, and he assured me that there's nothing in the Baron's instruction that would preclude me from offering you my modest assistance, blah blah blah. By Mr. the house manager, they removed several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studio. Yeah, we know. Typical, all of the unused floor plans are kept there. Yep. Got it. Open the drafting studio to add more rooms. We figured that one out meanwhile. Assuming it was not moved again after I hid it, you should be able to find it in the observatory, hidden within the lens compartment of the telescope. Assuming it was not moved again after I hid it. Oh, so he hid one. He hid one in the telescope. Yeah, okay, that's a planetarium. We know that. Okay, yep, we know that. When are you gonna tell us something that we know, mate? And we can't even get to the stamp for this one. This one this is a Raja. Violet. This might tell us a bit more information about the society or something. I'm going to assume that you likely have reached the upper ranks of the house and run into our keycard. Yeah. Fairly new addition to the house that was designed by Kirk Darman. Yeah, that's the security guy. Kirk Darren. Okay. You can see it on the lights when you draft. Yeah, that's the rarity, right? If you draft a room, you have like 3 lights above it or 4. You only get 1 dot, that's a common room. 2 dots is standard. 3 is unuseful, and 4 is rare. Okay, we need more letters, mate, because you're all telling us old news here. But I get it. That's for people who completely missed it. People who completely missed the clue will do letter experiments, and then they will get the clues, right? Conference room. Or do you want to have some redraws in case here or there? Conference room is better though. We are still looking for a bloody night room, eh? And we can, okay, we have no problem with key cards, yeah, okay, we can just do our thing then. We have more than enough stops and nothing can stop us. We have key cards, we have a ton of keys. So the only thing that can stop us is this stupid thing here. Let's start redrawing with some gems. See, we have 17 of these because of all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still have a courtyard left in our house. So let's redraw and see if we can observatory, which is also a knight's room, because I don't have a knight's room here. I have a queen but not a knight. How is that even a thing? The dining room. Yeah, I guess I have to take that. Yeah. I have to take that because otherwise we know what that does. Oh, is it just beeping because of the lunchbox, which is metal? Yeah, of course. That gives us 10 steps. Dinner, once we have reached rank 8, that is right above us. Straight or left is fine. Yes, yes. Yeah, that's fine, huh? That's where we want to go. Pool. Sure. But I still want the night room though. Where? We used the gear wrench on the security to make it common, and we have not seen it yesterday. This is 2 days in a row that we don't get security. It has not offered us security here. Look, we have filled up the whole house. Of course with the courtyards and all, I get it, but even yesterday, we did not have that courtyard yesterday. Like here, just give me a bloody observatory. It's not gonna give me an observatory. You are kidding me, eh? Yeah, I don't know where or how. I'm gonna get this room so we have more gems to redraw. Okay. Now we know that's anything that turns, mate. No, don't even need. No, it doesn't even need to turn. We have the pool. We have access from the pool. Everything is going to be locked here. The clock tower. It's already past to 1:30 for sure. Tomorrow you will start with 1 key for each room you draft. How many of these time rooms do we have? We have the mail room, the clock tower, that's 2. It's only 2 keys though. How about we just do the trophy room? Now I'm gonna just redraw, how about that? I don't like these rooms. That's what I'm talking about. Conservatory. Key. We can change the rarity of 3 floor plans. The laundry is on rare. The laundry is not bad. In such a way, you can change things, like, you know, you can change your coins into your keys or keys into gems, or so we're not gonna put that on rare, but it's still a dead end, so I'm gonna put it on Standard. The archives is on unusual. I'm gonna put that on standard. I want to see it more. I know it's not a great room, but if you can shield it, it is a great room because it has 4 exits. But it is when you don't have a shield, it's. But it still is a room with 4 exits, so standard. I want to see it a bit more. We haven't seen it that much yet. Jones. I'd rather have archives than dark room, I think, actually. If I think about it. And then the vault is rare. No. We're gonna make that standard. Or maybe even common. Nah. Because it's a dead end, I keep it on standard, but we definitely bring this thing down from a level 4 to a level 2, because we know there are at least 2, maybe more vault keys. We need to get to see that room way more whenever we need it. Okay, that changed. Those were 3 good ones to change. Here, what are we looking for? We're still looking for a night and a we need the office, and we need the observatory, or the and we have a bunch of gems to redraft. Yeah, look at that. Code check. Redraw, please. We want to see one of these things. Dark room doesn't help us much. We have coins, but what can we buy here? Keys. 34 coins. Okay. No, we want keys. 3 keys for 12. Another 3 keys for 12. 1 key for 5. 16 coins, okay. 16 keys we got. I'm thinking on downstairs there are still a bunch of crates we have to open. So I think the locksmith was the way to go here, especially seeing we had so many coins. Conference room. And then we have still the chapel to work our way up, and we can redraw. We have 14 gems. Also, what is this? Showroom, I think it wants. It's Quail with showroom, isn't it? Oh no, it's Quail with trophy room. For 30 steps. Okay. We can see if we can find the trophy room. We still have some business downstairs. We might need some conference room. Where is the conference room there? Something to the right, please. Yeah. I don't. Of course, it's gonna give us all our keys here. Cloister. Are you kidding me? That's such a waste of an exit. No, redraw. Just something that turns right, man. Okay, gift shop. I'll take the gift shop. Is there anything we want to buy here? Swim trunks. Swim trunks, then we have to empty the pool again. And it will put 2 trunks on that pool. 110 for what does this thing do? Unlocks their mood. Okay. Yeah. Whenever. Any T-shape here, mate. Dark room is not bad. Huh? We'll use the night shield on the dark room and then drop it. Which means there will be light, we can see. We will even get an item. There we go, it's a gem. Anything that turns... Yeah. Not that way. We don't want to be in there. Turn to the right, please. Observatory. Yeah, I am slightly gonna have to take this thing. Huh? Oh yeah, I have to take it because I don't have a night room. This is our night room. There it is. Let's see what he's offering us today. What is that? Sales? Yeah, everything is 50% off. Very nice. He tells me after we bought everything in the commissary and the kitchen and the armory and now after we just bought like a ton of keys, it's now gonna tell us that everything is half price from now on. Wonderful. The only thing that room did is what it gave us a king. If we can now get a knight, I mean. If we can now get the office somewhere from the chapel in any of these squares. Not down below because we can't get it. Or master room here is also. That's also a king. No, that's not a king room. What is the other king room? I don't know actually. No, we need office then. Of course, it's going to use all my keys. Boiler room might not be a bad idea. Although it's a waste of an exit. I would like the boiler room or the security or something here, but we just need something, just an L shape that turns left. Like the office, for instance. Yeah, we have to take it. We have to take it. That's our chessboard. Our chessboard complete. We can finally change our power. Is there any point in running any of this business? No. Maybe? Oh, we do have a conference room. Huh? Yeah. We're gonna run not the payroll. Well, we can. Payroll has been run for this week. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna spread the gold in the conference room. Pick that up. Buy more keys so we can open more trunks downstairs. That's what we're gonna do. Preferably the white ones. Okay, now. Yeah, now we are in such a bad shape that we have to go all the way back. But that's okay. We got 47 steps. Are we getting to the dining room somewhere? On our way there? Yeah, we can. Pick up all the coins here. And now the keys are 50% off as well, so we might be able to... We opened 8, all the ones with the moon on there, I think. But we had, I think there were 23. Okay. So I think there are 15 more downstairs. Now we can open all these stupid trunks. We can also have some food here. To get an extra 20 steps. Just to be sure, you know. You never know what is in there in those trunks. We got the sanctum key out of the one we needed, but... back into the conference room and downstairs into the courtyard. Foundation, yeah, that's fine, but we still have some chapels. I have to go all the way around it. Commissary. What are these people selling? Let's have a look. Do you have keys here? Oh, we bought them already. We might actually have to go all the way back up to get some extra keys. But that's okay. We have steps for it. Yeah, we have no access. We only have access to the mailroom, which is dead end. So I have to go all the way back to get to the chapel. I don't even know what we're doing though, but to be honest. What are we even looking for? Ah, the code check maybe. We have a vault key, we have the vault. Then we can go back and see what if we can get the code check. Lost and found. What items do we have? Is there anything that we don't want to lose? Not really. Or do we want to go a bit further? We have a rolling dice to reroll. Yeah, sure, we'll start using those. Master bedroom. Plus 1 step for each room in your house. Sure, let's do that. 40 steps. Apparently we have 40 rooms. Holy moly. Yeah, that's also the first time. Again, a purple room. Eragen? Okay, we'll check that in a second. That's us. That's our mom. So I'm assuming that's our dad. I'm assuming that is us. Okay. We don't have the magnifying glass. Predicted. What is that? PS of I can't read that. It's something, that last one is predicted, I think, but the rest, what is that? In some sort of pretending? Pretend, I don't know. I can't read it. We need a magnifying glass, and that's like the only thing we don't have, I think. And the commissary did not sell one. We're only selling gems. Huh? Is there any difference between the red prints in the nursery and this one? Oh, it's just the same book, I think. No, it's the same book. It's the same book, with the only difference being that she wrote something down here. Widely pretending of, I don't know. We need a magnifying glass. We have another Mora J box to solve. And there's some more stuff here. Simon, I never intended to finish writing this letter, but by now you must know the truth. Or something. She stopped writing. What's all this? Herb, the controls for the foundation elevator are located behind the foundation wall. Yeah, we figured that one out meanwhile. This means the controls can only be accessed by another room adjacent to the foundation. Unclear if this is a security feature or a flaw, please advise. Can we get this letter? No? We can only get that piece of paper? Cannot get the stamp either. Okay. That's supposed to tell us something? MCCX III 1213. That's the Sinclair Espson shield. Yeah, we know that. We've seen that before. It's 1845. Definitely not the hour of sacred hour. Okay, which leaves us with this box, I guess. Okay. So the half circle is white. Okay, that gives us the border for the half circle. That was an easy one. Just click 2 times on a white and it makes everything else white. Well, the grays at least. Collector's copy, Morajai, one for the family. Morajai. Traditional Morajai. Morajai. But Morajai is also an area. So is this thing telling us that Morajai is white? Which could be, it's one of the colors we're missing. Right. So this is white. White and white is Morajai. Yeah, because it doesn't mention any other area, so this is the Morajai area itself. This is how it started, and then the other realms added their colors to it and then gave him another function. Okay. So then we know that green is... Then green needs to be nuance, which then needs to be the diamond. No, yes, because we know the V shape is orange. We don't know what that is though. No, we have no name of that thing. So green is nuance then. Because we know from a stamp that the green stamp is nuance. It was a stamp from Nuance, and there was like an air balloon, a blimp on the stamp. So they have air navigation. They have air transport, basically. That's the way they transport over there. And one of those symbols in the middle, one of those modes, is about the transport and the society and so on, how they live. So yeah, we need to check downstairs. We need to go downstairs anyway, right? With our 12 keys. Now we have to go upstairs first. Yeah, we have 100 steps, so that's not something to worry about. So we have to go back to the locksmith, buy more keys there. I think There are at least 15 boxes that we have to open downstairs. So yeah, we have to go all the way back. A little bit of zigzagging. Have to go to the locksmith, buy more keys. No. That way. Conference, dining room, pool, morning room. Conference, dining, pool, morning room. And buy at least 3 more keys if we can. 15. Let's buy another 3 just to be sure. We opened 8 we opened 8 last time. We opened all the ones with the moons, and I think if we calculated it correct, I think there were 23. Dining room, conference room, another core. Yeah, we're running into one, and there's a foundation. Okay. Let's do that first. Figure out the rest later. So we opened those crates. I also want to go check the sigils to see if we have all the information now. I think we do. Well, country-wise, I mean. What's the name of the thing, that kind of thing. Why do we always have to open this door? I mean, it's unlocked, just leave it open. Oh, it kept them open. It kept open the ones we already opened. That's a good thing. I think we can open them all then. But we'll just start with the white ones this time, because we sort of established last time that the blue boxes, if they have green notes, they are telling the truth. And I think one of them... Yeah, this one says that the sanctum key is in the black box, which was true. Because the sanctum key was in this one. And this blue box also has a green note, and this one says that the box containing allowance tokens is white. So this box is claiming that one of the white boxes has allowance tokens. A prize in a box marked... A prize is in a box marked by this. But we don't know if the green notes in white boxes are true. We know that the green notes in blue boxes are true. And in pink they are not. So let's just open the white boxes first. I think there were 5 of those or something. Only one blue box in the water contains a memo with a true statement. That's possible, because this one is false. And this one is not in the water. Green memos are lies. Is that a contradiction itself? Because if that is not true, then it's a lie. If it is true, then it's also lying. Okay. This box contained 3 allowance tokens. So green memo in a blue box is true. Because we found 2 green memos in the blue boxes. And they were both true. One said that the allowance tokens are in a white box, and the other one said that the sanctum key was in a black box, which was both of them were true. The sanctum keys is in a white box, right? So green memos in white boxes are false. Green memos in blue boxes are true. Okay, now I have no idea what the other boxes are. Probably nothing. But seeing we still have 13 keys, I think we can open all of them. So let's start with the pink ones. Green memos in white boxes are lies. That's definitely true. But yeah, blue notes are true. We know that. Pink boxes marked by a sunshine always contain blue memos. Okay. So this should have a memo. A blue memo. All boxes marked by a sunshine contain memos that are true. Okay. That's good to know. Well, we were doing pink at the moment. The sanctum key is not in a box in the water. That's true. It was out of the water. Okay, those were all the pinks that we got, I think. Yeah, there were only 6. Where's the other one then? Behind here. Oh, where did? Oh no, there. There are 2 there. Yeah, one we couldn't see from there. Okay, which leaves us with the blue. Green memos in blue boxes are true. Yeah, we figured that one out. So this is not gonna have a green memo. No, because there was only one. All green memos found in boxes in the water are true. That's not right. That's a red memo. Here's another blue one. The green memos in boxes near this box are both lies. This is a lie, yeah? So this should also be a green memo, and it should also be a lie. The sanctum key is not in a box, it's buried. That's definitely not true. Okay, so we still have 5 keys left, which means there are still a few crates. A couple of blacks that we haven't opened yet. Sanctum key is in a blue box, that's not true. I think we opened them all actually. Oh no, one in the corner here. The pink boxes do not contain any prizes. That's definitely true. There's nothing in pink. I think we opened them all there. We started the last time, we had a bunch of keys. We started with the ones with the moons on it, and the last one that we opened with the moon on actually had the sanctum key. So we are done with this shenanigans over here as well. Which means, do we have the pump room? No, we don't. But it does mean that next time we can bring the reservoir back to 6 and empty the pool. So that we can put it, buy the trunks in the gift shop and then put them in the pool. But then we need to empty that pool. We are done here with this shenanigans. We've opened everything down below there. So we can put the reservoir level back on 6 in case we have to go back to the safe house and then empty the pool. We can do that. Okay, 77 steps. We're tightening up loose ends. Pretty much. Because we had the purpose already of that downstairs there being the sanctum key. Found that already in the previous episode. Now we just need to figure out where the other sanctum keys are. We have 4 doors open, right? Right. We have Orinda Ares completely solved. We have Fen Ares completely solved. We have Arch Ares. It's not solved because we don't know what the society thing is. We can try 64 different things, that's an option, but we have Eracha. Okay. So we have yellow, black is Orinda Ares, red is Fen Ares, yellow is the next one. Yellow, which is Arch Ares. Then we have here violet, which is Eraja. Then we have here orange, of which we have no clue. Then this is white. White, which is Morajai. And then we have pink, which is Vera. And then this needs to be green, which needs to be Nuance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So the only thing we don't know is orange. Name-wise, that is. Name-wise, right? So we know all the borders. Because we know all the colors. So we know what the borders are, right? Solution of this was in the tomb and we found the border because we knew it was black. So black flags, black Morajay boxes. In the Orinda Ares sigil. Okay. Next one should be red. But from the postcard we know that he started in black. And this postcard, this is red. So here we have the same weather as in Orinda, of course, because it's the same area. It was black before the war and red behind after the war. And then we have the different border and of course different society, because these are martial guys or dictatory or whatever. Yeah, this is Fen Ares. This is like, and here he's yeah, here he's writing on his desk at home, so he's back, right? He's completely back. This is after he done the whole trip. This is the last one. He finishes in where we are here now, which is the Grand Realm of Fen Ares. Was established in at the end of the War of the Fifth Era. So yeah, that's when Orinda Ares became Fen Ares. It's the same region. That's why they also have the same rays. The same lines coming out of the core in the middle. Because that has to do with the weather. It's the same weather. Those black and red, obviously. See, it's the same area. They have the same weather type. So then we have Arch Ares, which is yellow. Yeah, which we know, eh? Yeah, we know everything here actually, but no, we don't know what the middle thing is. This thing here, we have no idea. We don't know what the society is. We thought it was this, we thought it was a railroad. So we tried all the other 8, because we know everything else. We know what these lines are. Because it's stormy weather, so it's this. I think, right? Is that a lightning symbol? Yes, because this is the other one. That's hail or something. This is sunshine. This is probably for the white one. And this is like, yeah, very, I don't know, not wind or anything, just dry weather. This could be windy, I think. Yeah, this is like a line with disturbances, so this is like pretty windy, but not stormy, just windy. This is a storm, so this is definitely, the rays are definitely fine. This is stormy weather. We know it's stormy weather in Aries. We also know what the border is because we know what yellow is. Yellow is the tense, right? This one. This is Aries. So what we don't know is this one. And that's the problem, of course, because there are 8 different symbols. We can try all of them. But the problem with that is we don't know what is it here, right? Like now we have 8 symbols, 8 lines, but it could also be 2, 6 or 3, 5 or 4, 4 or, which means if we want to try them all, we have to do this and then try 8, 8 or 6, 2 or 5, 3 or 4, 4 or 2, 4 or 5 or whatever it is. There are 8 options. But the fact is that we don't know that the middle one means that it's 8 times 8. That gives us 64 options that we have to try. The only thing which we don't know for sure is this one. Because this one we tried. We tried these 3 lines because we thought it was a railroad society over there. And then we turned the lines 3 and 8 and 4 and 6. We tried that. So we know it's not this symbol because we tried the 8 different options with that symbol. So that's not it. So it's got to be another one. What is this even? That's a square with 1 dot in it. Let's just try 8, 8 for now. Just try the 8 different things. What's this? This is probably not it because this is the symbol we used in pink, which was Vera. So that's like poetic society or something. And this, yeah, this could also be like, this is sort of like flower power time. This is a high society psychology or something like that. But the thing is, we don't know if it's 8, 8. It could be, the lines could be different. What is this? Industrial, I think this was. Or martial. No, I think this one is industrial. Or tribal. Tribal, because it's also possible. This is industrial, because that's a traffic light. This is industrial. Industrial is also possible, of course. No. Well, maybe it is, but in another... If we know for sure it's this one, then we can try to see if it's 5, 5 or 3, 5, 3 or 4, 4 or 6, 2 or... Because now it's 8, 8. 8 symbols, 8 lines, but... This is, I think, Marshall. It's not Marshall. They're not Marshall over here. This one is the same as Orinda Aries. They were allies, but they did not have the same society. And then I think we tried them all, I think. Yeah, because then we're back on that railroad, of which we think it's a railroad, but that didn't work. So no, we need to figure out from a stamp or something on a letter what the society, or from a book or something. We need to know what the society is in our cherries. And then the other one, yeah, the other one is solved. They're not all different. They're like, some have the same society, some have the same weather. It's not like in this case, there are 5 lines and 8 symbols. But why? We don't know. We just tried them out. 8-8 and 6-2 and 5-3 and 4-4, and then you have a 5-8 as well in this case, as you can see. But we don't know because we don't have that book. We only found like the torn up book in a way, which is missing pages. That's a problem, of course. We need to find the book which gives us the rest of the information, but it's not in the library. But there's also something like the bookshop, which means you can probably buy more books for the library. But that's why we need to draft the library more, which is another room that we need to get in that conservatory, that we can get the library more. Because I have a feeling that that library... we can see that? I have a feeling that that thing is not uncommon, because I do not see that much. And my guess is that we have to read all the 6 different books and order them before we get the bookshop to show up, so that we can buy more books. That's my guess. Library. Yeah, it's unusual. It is on level 3 at the moment. We need to get that thing down. We're still missing 2 rooms here. What is that? The ballroom will be one of them. Yeah, the ballroom will be one of them. We saw that the other day, but we didn't drop it because we had too many gems. The rest we sort of have. Not sure what the other one is though. One of them is the ballroom, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that. Yeah, I don't see the ballroom anywhere. One of these 2 is the ballroom. I don't know what the other one is immediately. We got all our architect rooms, and we got all our gear rooms. The gear rooms, boiler, laboratory, security and pump room. We bought down to common. They're supposed to be common, but security, ever since we did that, we haven't seen it anymore. So, not sure if that gear range is actually working. But if we ever get it again, we need to see that we do utility and workshop as well, so that they are all common, that we can get all of them in the house, so that we can get the mechanarium, because we need to get all of these rooms in the house. And then drop the mechanarium, then there will be, behind the A door, will be also a sanctum key. And also here we're still missing. So where are we now from the blueprints, normal rooms? 1, 2, 3, 4. We are still missing 4. Okay, bedrooms, we got them all. We have seen all the bedrooms. Hallways. What are we missing? We're missing the foyer. We've seen it many times, but we didn't drop it. Because we didn't need it that day, because we had a secret garden to get into the antechamber. The foyer is very interesting in combination with the Great Hall, because foyer opens the doors in every of the hallways, also in the Great Hall. So a foyer Great Hall combination gives you guaranteed access to the antechamber, basically. Especially if you have Power of the King, which we will change in a second. We have all the green rooms as well now. We are still missing 2 shops. The bookshop and the laundry. We've seen them, we just didn't drop them. We have not seen the bookshop, but we read somewhere that there is a bookshop, so. But my guess is that we first have to order all the books in the library before the bookshop ever shows up. Sort of like the Mount Holy gift shop only shows up after you reach room 46. Before that you never saw that thing. But you reach room 46, you start the next day, and the first room that you dropped, you get the Mount Holly gift shop. So that is connected to that, and that will be the same with the bookshop, I think. Will be connected to the whenever you have read all the books, then you will be able to buy more books, I think, something like that. We get all the red rooms. We have the drafting studio in the house. Which it apparently automatically gives us the classroom, because we only added the clock tower so far. Bit weird. And we haven't drafted that one, that's why it's sort of grayed out. That's because we haven't not drafted that one yet. We could today if we wanted to. And we have found all the floor plans. So yeah, planetarium is inside the telescope in the observatory. Mechanarium is downstairs in the underground. When you fix the whole gear thing there, you will find the floor plan right there. The treasure stove is also downstairs. If you connect the boiler room to the red box and then go downstairs and open the red door, you will find the treasure trove. The throne room, if you find the 3 microchips for the Blackbridge Grotto, the door opens and then you walk up there, you will find the throne room. The tunnel is when you light up the torches in the tunnel, then you will actually see the floor plan there. The conservatory is when you fix or solve the music pages, which will tell you that there is a message hidden in the first word of the music page. There are 8 music pages. On every of these pages is a bold word, printed in bold, inked or whatever you want to call it. And that if you take those bold words, then it says like the first words on every sheet gives you a message or something like that. So then you have to go back to these music pages and read the first words. And then it says something like, among the white trees, something in that order. Where are the white trees? Outside on the tent. So you go there with a shovel and you dig up the conservatory. The lost and found is underground in the basement. It is actually number 10 on the basement plan, which you find the underground plan there downstairs. But if you have a magnifying glass, then there are 9 numbers in the legenda. But if you have a magnifying glass, you can see there's actually a number 10 where it says buried floor plan, and it gives you the location. So that's where you find the lost and found. And then the closed exhibit was inside the safe in the study. That's where we found the 8 floor plans. And then the studio edition, we are working on it, there are also 8. But we didn't see that drafting studio, that is the same. What is the rarity of that thing? Because that is the same problem, that we do not see that thing very often. We saw it once or twice and couldn't draft it, and then the other day we had enough gems we could draft it. Or today what it was. Yeah, this is on a level 4. This thing needs to come down as quickly as possible. Another one that we need to get into the conservatory so that we can adjust the rarity of this thing. Because there are 8 floor plans, we have 2 so far. So we need to draft that drafting studio at least 6 more times so that we can add the other rooms. Outside rooms we got. So yeah, the rest is just here. So yeah, a few more blue rooms, but I can't immediately. We know one of them is the ballroom. I don't know where the other one is. And now we have 2 more over here, which I also don't immediately know. It's probably some dead end or something that we never dropped. Okay, so we sorted out this thing. We have opened all the crates, but we also have our chessboards complete in the house. So we can get rid of this Mandal of the Night and We had to choose the Mandal of the Night to add the armory to our floor plans. That's what we did, and then ever since we've been looking to fill the house with the chess pieces so we can change it again to something else. So we will do Power of the Night this time. No, get rid of Power of the Night and oh, wait a minute. We can do that quickly through here. I don't have to go all the way around. Ah, no, this stupid minecart. I can't pull it from there. Because I have a shortcut right there. And I can also not cross with the boat because my water is not high enough. Because if I could take the boat across, then I can also do it. Now I have to go around, in other words. This is so stupid. Yeah, this is a bit stupid. Yeah, here on this poster, here below, here on these things here, is where you find the lost and found. That's the number 10 on the map. Yeah, this is we need to figure out that next time. That mod, if we can blow up that minecart, that would save trouble. This is a whole trip. I will show you. I'll quickly show what I mean. No, next one. Here, that stupid minecart here. If that thing was not being here, then we could have just come through here and went downstairs immediately. Now we had to go all the way around. Right, I also need to take a picture from these things, what they do, because we don't have the rest of the book. This is where you find that book from these realms and so. But as you can see, there are pages missing. But there is one thing which we did not take a picture of. Yeah, this is the full solution for the red one. As an example in the book. And then it tells you about the cores and the rays and the moors. The moats and the border. And then yeah, it tells you like here. We now can fill this in. This is like, this is Orindia Ares, this is Fen Ares, this is Eraja. This is Con or Kor, that is the one we don't know, and we know that this is Arch Ares. But then there is, of course, that's only 3, there are 8, there is a page missing. Or even 2 pages, because then we go immediately to the race. Now we're already on the lines, while over here we were still on the core, so there's things missing, eh? And here it's also telling us something. So that's another page missing, and then we have the lines. Now we have the wavy lines, that is heat. That was in Vera, in pink. And then we have the 3 lines, it's rain. And then we have the lightning symbol sorta. That's stormy weather, so we know it's stormy weather in our cherries. And what is these dots here? Oh, it's snow. I thought it was hail, but it's snow. And then these curved things is windy. That is of course also possible, that our cherry is just windy, but it says storm. We read on the postcard somewhere about stormy weather or something. So I'm pretty sure this is the weather for our cherries, but we don't know what the society is. That is our problem. And that's these things here. So what I did with the 3 lines is academic. Yeah, it's definitely not academic. So this is metropolitan. So the black thing or in the Aries, it's a large city-state with a dense urban and populous center. So that's the Black Aries. Okay, and what was the red one again? Yeah, the red one is those T things, right? Yeah, that's Marshall. Huh? Yeah, that makes sense. They're fighting the whole time. So what do we got here? Tribal, primitive realm. These are hunters and gatherers. Arch Aries are not hunters and gatherers. Or are they? Maybe they are actually. Harvest and farming based society and culture. This is agriculture. This could be Mora J or something. Yeah, that would make sense. In the morning room with the sunshine and that where you always find gems and flowers, and yeah. This could actually make sense. White Morajai agriculture, that could be a thing. What is this? Academic. No, Archaris is not academic. Engineering driven culture with a focus on manufacturing, invention and production. This could be industrial. This could be Archaris. Now we have here spiritual. We know this is a symbol from Vera. Vera is spiritual. And then we have poetic. There is no way that it's poetic. What do we have left? We still have new ones as well. It could be industrial. That would make it the square with one dot. The square with a one dot. We could try that. Because I think we know it's stormy weather. We know it's yellow, which are the tent symbols on the outside. So we have not tried industrial. Okay, we have more than enough steps to, it's like a test day today. Can we use that shortcut? Yeah, we can actually. We can push from this side. We can push the cart away. As long as we put it back afterwards, otherwise. Industrial. It could be. They were involved in train roads and stuff like that. That would actually make sense. That's why I tried the 3 lines. I thought 3 lines were railroads, representing railroads, but they are not. They're poetic or whatever it was. So then in that case, we should try industrial. It's gotta be industrial or metropolitan. Let's try industrial first, though. Where is it? The yellow. There. We know the rest is correct. It's just about the middle one. So it's this one, right? The square with one dot. Okay. So it's this one, and we know that the border is the tents. No, not that one. The tents. No, also not that one. The tents. Okay, that one. So that's the border. We know it's stormy weather, so lightning symbol. So and then it is industrial. What we don't know is how many of each there are. So we're gonna have to try 8 different times. Okay, this one doesn't work. So now we need to use this big knob here to change it Now it's just 8 symbols and 4 lines, but for some reason it also changes the border. I don't know why. Every time you touch that big knob there, it changes the border every time. While we had the border correct. Okay, so 8 and 4. Let's write that. That's number 2, right? Number 3. 4, 4. Now we need to get that border again. Will you stop? I don't know why it changes the border. I really don't. We have the 3 things. We just wanted to have different numbers. There we go. Okay. 4 of 4. Let's try that. This is the third option, right? Yeah. No. We don't know. We're just gambling on industrial here now. But then there are only 8 that we need to try. Yeah, push it once more. Okay, 3 and 5. Give me my border back. Okay, 3 and 5. This is the 4th option. It is industrial. But why it has to be 4, 4, or like in this case 3, 5, that is something that we don't know. That's probably on one of those missing pages. So at some point in time, we're gonna have to find the full book to get the whole explanation of this thing. Arch Aries. It's in the north. It's stormy weather, yellow, so it's industrial. Industrial. Which makes sense. My idea was correct. The only thing was I thought that 3 lines was representing the railroad, and this is this industrial symbol. Okay. So, well, we don't know where it is in the route. That it's yellow, we know that, yeah. So we need to figure out Arch Aries together we weather. Yeah, we already found that in the mail room as well on one of the stamps. That's why we knew it was. You see the lightning symbol on the stamp here. So we knew it was stormy weather. Okay, but now we need to figure out where did he come from here, right? We arrived here after a few days of sailing, and it made me realize how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Arch Aries is a destination with which I am well acquainted, having traveled here countless times on business for Stinka. This line, however, I will avoid the familiar town and factories and will instead trek along the northern coast, an area with which I am wholly unfamiliar. And factories, and will instead trek along the northern coast, an area which I am wholly unfamiliar with. Destination which I was have traveled here countless times on business for Sinka. This time, however, I will avoid the familiar towns and I will instead trek along the northern coast. So yeah, he'd go all the way up to the north of Arch Aries, but Arch Aries is also the highest one on the map, right? But does that mean that he's gonna stay northern and then go to the left, or is he just? It's not very clear. Eh? We also don't know where he comes from in his route of 8 realms in 8 months. So yeah, we don't know. We don't have an answer to this. We know he starts in Orinda, Black Realm. He goes south to Eraja, Violet. So that's number 1 and number 2 on his route. And we know eventually he will turn in number 8 will be when it's back in Fenaris. And this is north of Orinda, or north of Fenaris. So is he coming here from Iraja, or is he first going to Nuance or whatever and then goes, we don't know. We're gonna have to solve a few more to figure out the route. The route we need for in room 46, there is that map puzzle. That's why we need that route. We need the exact numbers, connecting them on that map. We do know what yellow is though. Yellow only moves up. That's what we know. Yellow only moves up, black only moves to the right. And the green is switching top to bottom. In this case, so if I click here, it's gonna put that black on the top and the yellow on the bottom. No, not enough information. My problem that I have now is I can see we can easily get the top is not a problem. The question is that green thing is going to need to help us. It needs to bring something down. We need to push that green up. With this yellow. Think about that one for a second. Yeah, I need to get them down. My highest priority is to get them down. If I push this thing up. Okay. Okay, that's actually good. Just push this thing up and bring it down. Yep. Okay. Get it out of the way. Now bring another one. Boom. We need to bring another one down. Okay. And now just push these up and now we're there. Getting them... Yellow only goes up, so getting them up is not a problem. It's getting them down that was the problem. So that's, you need a bit of... Was kind of okay actually. Was a quickie one, this one. Unlike the red one the last time when we were sitting there for like half an hour, I think. Okay. Meanwhile, our allowance is at 30 because we also found 3 allowance tokens downstairs in the crates. And we have solved arch areas as well. Industrial. So, Orinda is Metropolitan, Fen Aries is Martial, Arch Aries is Industrial, and what was the pink one again? Poetic? Spiritual? Circle with 4 dots. I think it was spiritual, I think. That's Vera over here. So which leaves us with Eraja, whatever that thing is. This we don't even know the name of this one. We know this is orange, but we don't know what name it is. This is... do we know what white is? Morajai. White is Morajai, pink is Vera, and this is then green, and that's supposed to be Nuance. But also there we don't know much about. what is pink? It should be heat waves, right? Yeah, okay, wavy, yeah, that's heat waves, okay. Okay. So we have half of our signals solved. The only problem we have with the archeries at the moment is we don't know where he goes and how he got there on his route, in which order. He just says that he arrived there and that he's going doing a trip around the coast. So we need some other postcard to tell us that that he's coming, or that he's going to Archaris, right? Okay, that's that one done. Not done yet though, because we still. Oh yeah, chess pieces. That's why we went around. Chess pieces. It's over here, Dave. Okay, so what we got here? Bottom row, we got a pawn. In the den. Okay. We need a rook. We got a couple of rooks, I think. Yeah. The nook, the armory, and the vault. We'll check it, but I think they're all rooks, I think. Oh no. So the armory is not. Is the armory a knight then? The armory is a knight. Are you kidding me? I was convinced it was a rook. I've been looking for upstairs there, like the observatory, to get a night room. The armory is one, okay. Armory is knight. I don't know why I got that was a rook. I thought it really was a rook. So what do we need? Bishop, king and queen. The queen is over there, so third row. Queen is over there, and then the opposite on the other side, which is the king's room. And then we need a bishop. I think we only need to have the chapel, I think. What are the other bishop's room? The attic, the bookshop. I don't know the fourth one actually. Chapel, attic. Yeah, we have the chapel in the house every day, so I usually use that one. Yeah. I don't know actually. Conservatory? No, that's also a rook room, I think. Let's try that. Is that a bishop? Oh no, the rumpus room. The rumpus room is a. Where's our chapel? Oh, there. The rumpus room is a bishop. The attic, the rumpus room, the bookshop, and the chapel. Those are the 4 bishops. What's this? King? Where was the office? There. And then the queen over there, I think. Okay, yeah. Finally works. Okay, choose your piece. Yeah. We will do so. Let's get over them again because it's been a while. When you reach rank 8 each day, you may choose knight, bishop, rook, or queen. Nah. The knight, yeah, this thing you can only use once. It adds the armory to the draft pool. We have it in there. Then we have the queen. Each time you drive the room on the west wing of your house, you lose 5 steps and gain 2 keys. This is actually for such a powerful chess piece. It is not a good power in this house, that's for sure. This is the one we want, I think. Each day you may choose a color. Yeah, this is the one we're gonna go for. What's this one? You do not have to pay tithes. Instead, gain 30 coins the first time you enter the chapel each day with this power. So instead of paying a coin in the chapel, you will now gain 30 coins. Which, if you need money, this is some power that you could potentially use. Because there are several things where you need money for, but... And the rook, that doesn't do much either, I think. You may draw floor plans up to 4 times when drafting the only in the 4 corners of the house. You can draw 4. You can redraw or reroll 4 times, but the bottom ones you usually get good ones, so you don't have to reroll, and the top corners you hardly ever get. So this is also not a good power. We're gonna take this one, the king. That's what we're gonna take. Choose your color each day. Yes, please. You can always come again. Yeah, we know that. We probably have to for some reason. Yeah, probably put this shit here. Castle. Castle move is a move in chess. It is possible that we have to take the king and then follow it up by the rook or the other way around. Because it's a move in chess with involving the king and the rook. Do we have that thing available now? Yes, we can choose a color every day. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. Yeah, if we need a quick exit or entry into the antechamber, choose orange. Foyer followed by Great Hall. Boom, boom. Pull the lever, you're in. Or the lever. It's a lever, or I don't know. One day I will figure it out. Okay. The tunnel. What's the situation there? Nothing. We just gave it some light. We know there is a way to get rid of these things, but we don't have it. We haven't seen it yet. We found the floor plan here. We know the tunnel goes to the end. There are a bunch of crates in our way which we need to get rid of. More than likely with the lab experiment, but we have not seen it yet. We are getting these immediately things at the moment. Immediately lose 5 steps and gain 20 coins. That kind of thing we are getting at the moment. Okay, what's going on? We are delivering mails to the mailroom. Have we written all of them? Let's have a look. Back downstairs. Take the elevator up. The mailroom is right next to it. What's the outhouse room that we have? The shrine. Right. 8 courtyards. For another 2 days after this one. So the next episode, or maybe the next 2 episodes, we will still also have 8 courtyards in the day. But they're not bad days because they give you the opportunity to move around very quickly. Because the courtyards, not only in my case it's upgraded and gives me gems, it is also a T-shape, so you move up in the house very quickly. Like also today, we did not take that long. Of course you always run into all kind of things but we did not take that long to get up the house with all our courtyards. We were in the corner there at the top. But then obviously we found some new things to do and signals and whatnot. Mailroom is right here. I think we read them all, but we dropped some more rooms after that. Yeah, I don't think we dropped them all. 1, 2, 3. No. Mrs. Babbage. Okay. This is also what I'm interested in. Oh, we might actually read them all. Yeah. This is the room thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can probably order more and more letters until they're like almost there. This was the only reader that was originally here. We already looked at that stamp. We need to come in here at some point with a magnifying glass and see if we can get the stamps on some of these stamps here. Do we have a library in the house? No, because that thing is, we need to get that thing down. We need to get that in the conservatory one day, that we can bring that thing down to common. Because we're a bit stuck with that library and we don't get a bookshop because we have not read all the books yet. I think, as a matter of fact, I think we only ordered... What did we do? The History of Arinda we ordered and read. Then the Red Prince or so, I think. Yeah, I think we ordered that book from our mother before we ever found it in the nursery, and definitely not in the master bedroom. And then maybe one of the drafting volumes, maybe that we saw that as well. 2 or 3 times we have not seen that library very much. And that is now holding us back, because meanwhile we are solving signals and so we need books to get the information about the other things. Or classroom. Maybe we have to do a schoolhouse on one of the next episodes. Because yeah, getting in the house in room 46, that's not a problem. Especially now with the power of the king. We can choose orange. If we can get the tunnel over here, we can tunnel all the way up. And then the combination of foyer and great hall will open the east door. And you don't need any keys because the foyer will open all 7 doors of the great hall. So that's like strategically orange combination, which if you need to be in the room 46, you're in. Whenever you want, from now on. How hard it is in the beginning, now it is, yeah. You can do it. You can do it every day. You can start the day by going downstairs, pull the lever, and then the room 46 is already open. Then it's just a matter of finding a way in the antechamber that day, and you just walk in. Do we have a workshop? No. That's the other thing. We need to find some things to put together. Next time we're in the library, we need to see how many contraptions we actually mapped. We made the burning glass, we made the power hammer. Power hammer twice already, I think. But there are also there are 8. So we need to get some other stuff going. The burning glass was the compass plus the metal detector. The sledgehammer, the battery pack, and the broken lever is the power hammer. But you can also combine that with the shovel. Broken lever, battery pack with a shovel. Those 3 items together, that gives you the jackhammer. I don't think we actually have crafted that yet. Because we crafted the power hammer each time because we needed that. The jackhammer is just... It's like a powerful shovel. It digs deeper and you get more chance of getting gems or keys instead of an old shoe or whatever. It's not so powerful. Power hammer is powerful, of course, because it breaks walls here and there, which you can't break with the normal sledgehammer. Like the one outside. That's why we have solved so many of these things here already, because we broke out that wall outside. Once we crafted that power hammer the first time, we immediately thought like, hey, wait a minute. I remember one of the first days that we had like that wooden door outside. And we broke open that thing and we solved the puzzle before we even had foundation or basement key, or we solved that whole thing down below there. Which means every morning we can go through that hallway, we can go to the lever, pull it, we'll open the room 46. Then it's just a matter of can we get high enough into the house, but as you can see, that's not the problem anymore. Previous episode we filled the whole grid with the full house trophy. But I'm thinking now, that's always at the end of the day, what do you do? What did you forget? Usually something. let's go downstairs. Not with the elevator, just through the house this time. Yeah, and also let me look at this day. Okay, back in the entrance hall. This is all broken. Yeah, nobody's working. The staff is on paid leave at the moment, so they're also not cleaning up the house, so it's gonna be a mess here forever. The maids are not working. Where did I want to come down? I came down for something. And I thought, like, let's check that out. We changed the chessboard. We did the sickle things. By going downstairs, we could figure out what the industrial one was. I wanted to try that on the archeries, and that worked. So we solved the archeries one. We don't have a workshop. We don't have any vault keys that we can test in the vaults. We had one sitting in the code check, but we decided not to draft that one. Okay. That leaves us with only one thing to do, which we totally forgot the last episode. We got the servants' quarter, and we that told us how the admin keys worked, but we never came here to try them actually. This computer. So I've written down a few names with the admin key format, which is the first 4 letters of the last name. So like in our case, we are Simon Jones, so that would be capital J and then small letters OEN, the first 4 letters of our last name, and then capital letter initial of our first name. So that would actually be Jones. Joan S basically. Admin not found. Okay, so we didn't work, but we know Randolph Moore gave one to Hartley Ruota. So RUOTH should work because Hartley Ruota was given a key by this admin key has been deactivated. Okay. So we had a key, but it has been activated. Makes sense. Because our great uncle fired him and then gave him a house to go retire. What else do we have? Anne Babbage. So that will be B-A-B-B. And her first name is Anne. So A. Baba. Okay. She works. But she doesn't have admin rights. So you can just look. Oh, but she has user database. She might be able to tell us some more. There we go. Hartley Ruota doesn't work anymore. Okay, Reva D. That's Denny Ravane, whatever his name is. Okay, so Reva T doesn't work either. Key expired. And Babbage also has, she only has personnel access. Yeah, she will tell us the other keys, in other words. And as we expected, Randolph Moore is an admin. He has admin access. Okay, so he's the most interesting one. And the new lab assistant, which is Kimberly Thompson, which we expected also to have a key. She also has admin rights actually. And then Baba, she is just personnel. So she can just come here to look at who has a key. That's the only thing she has? Really? Oh no, okay. The last login was 25th of October 1991. We are 1993, this is 2 years ago. Most drafted room, the office, makes sense. That's where she's sitting, she's the house manager. Okay. Ruota. He was last here in May, which is only about half a year ago. The game plays in November, right? November 1993 we started. Most corrupted room is the servant's quarter, obviously, because that's his room. He's the head, the valet of the Baron, so the Baron's valet for 20 years. It's kind of strange. Seen our great uncle mentioned in the letter that it's something about 40 years. So before that he was, I don't know, the gardener or something. Substituting for Mr. Moore until we find a suitable assistant admin. Well, they found him with her, with Kimberly. Okay. And Daniel Rivane, former groundskeeper, replaced by Robert Angula. Would he have a Angula? He might have a key. Terminated March 1992 for suspicion of blackmail and not watering the plants. Yeah, he was yeah. That's what we thought. He was blackmailing our great uncle and not watering the plants. No, because he was too busy making moonshine. So he got fired. There are 3 additional delisted keys. So I guess our job is to find the other 3 keys. Okay, so these 3 not much about. What has Kimberly Thompson? I'm assuming Moore will do last because he has most probably. Recent transfer from Sinca, former executive assistant to Herbert Sinclair. Trusted with full admin privileges. Okay. And Mr. Moore here. The lead system administrator. Okay, so he's in charge of this whole thing here. The lead of the lab technician for Sinca, set up estate, terminals and Blackbridge network. Yeah, he's in charge of this whole network. So he's the main, so we want to log in with his name most of the time, I guess, until we find the other ones. Okay, what can we do? Nothing. Exit is what we can do, because we need to log in. We logged in with Ann Babbage here. I guess there's no point in trying Daniel Rivane. That will be revoked anyway, right? Riva D. Deactivated, yeah, just like Hartley Ruota. Okay, we'll do Thompson then, I guess, first. We'll do Moore last, because I guess he has the most rights, seeing he's the lead one. Kimberly Thompson, yeah. Okay, she has admin rights, so here we can do more. Data files. Import the trophy data. What? Utilizing the Blackbridge system, you can Import trophy data from other save files into the current profiles. This is a convenient way to collect trophies in one file that might be impossible to get in a single profile. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because there are trophies for reaching room 46 in the first hour, or reaching room 40 in 1 hour, or reaching room 46 on day 1, and things like that. Which is obviously not something you can do on this account where we're already running for like 20 days. So you have to do it on a new save file, and then when you get the trophy, the same for the dare mode and the curse mode, and so you have to do it on others. And then once you have the trophies on that account, you can transfer them here to your main account using this computer system thing. Admin logs. Okay. Roger, okay, yeah. We can log on with more, and we'll read the admin logs in a second when we have logged in with his account. We just want to see what Kimberly can do. Probably the same as Moore, I think. Seeing they're both admin rights. User database. Okay, that's the same. And then we have network settings. Terminal timeout settings. Okay. The timeout setting controls how long a computer terminal stays connected to the network without disconnecting from the server. The default setting, immediate, requires a new connection each time the user attempts to log into the network. 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, immediate. New connection each time the user attempts to log into the network. So in other words, the default setting requires a new connection each time the user attempts to log into the network. So if we just put this thing on a month, then we don't have to log in anymore? Is that what it is? Yeah. The timeout setting controls how long a computer terminal stays connected to the network. So if we put this thing on a month, then it will stay a month connected without. And then we have to log in maybe once. Yeah, that's sort of like this. That's the same like IRL on Twitch or so. You have to type in your password once a month, or your code or whatever. Sure, do that. Electronic mail settings. Office mailbox. Okay, so if we put this thing on, laboratory, security, shelter. Check the connection offsite. Inbound, outbound connections and electric mail communications outside of the local network have been temporarily disabled. Yeah, sure. We'll just put them on anyway. Because we only had the office which has mail. Now we can get mail on the other computers as well. Might be different mail. Might be new clues. Who knows? Terminal timeout settings, electronic, return to the main menu. Okay. So we'll exit. And then we'll log on one more time with the main man, which is Randolph Moore. So capital M, small letters R, and then Randolph, so capital R. And that's the same, I guess. Network settings, user, let's see. That's the same, okay. Does it have more network settings? No, we already, okay. It's the same as Kimberly. Check the connection offsite. Yeah, we need to, there is something going on. We know that already. I haven't figured it out how we need to establish it, but there is an outside connection possible. Probably another permanent addition that we need or something. So we just want to read the rest is the same as in the other one. So admin logs. Okay, where are we? 86. The last cables have finally been laid and the office terminal has been connected to the central network. Given the ever-changing nature of the rooms of the estate, we chose to install the server outside of the house to maintain connection stability at all times. Small cavern up at the estate eastern drip was selected for the server side. Yeah, that's where we are. Next. All remaining computer terminals on the estates are now connected to the name measure. Okay. After some deliberation, our network has been renamed Blackbridge. Okay, so Blackbridge is the name of the network. Hence that we are in the Blackbridge Grotto. Okay, makes sense. Regular maintenance report fixed the connection error that was occurring between the office and the security terminal. We have also added electronic mail capacity to each terminal that can be accessed via the network. Okay. Recording capacity of our cameras. Where are we? 87. On the estate have been disabled. Additionally, the video playback functionality and security terminal has also been removed. Existing video playback functionality on the security terminal, yes. But with the right password we can still bring it up. With the home surveillance security, we have deleted the logs here, so we need to find another admin which have access to these logs. There is a bunch of logs deleted. We need to know what's going on here. As requested, the new admin key created. Though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical linked formatting. Okay. So what does that mean? Shorter. It's gotta be shorter. Because if they have a longer name than 4 letters, then it will always be 4 letters. So it's gotta be a shorter name, shorter last name. Probably. Would something that I would think. Effective immediately, all electronic mail capacity have been restricted and now can only be accessed via the office terminal. Yeah, we have just changed that, mate. That should not be the case anymore. Temporary access to the mainframe and the Blackbridge Grotto have been restored. Okay, maintenance 89, 1990. Temporary access to the mainframe, Blackbridge Grotto have been restored. He has done a lot of maintenance. But yeah, when was the heist? Somewhere in the 87 or so, right? Yeah, in the footage on the security it was 1987 when our mother showed us the route that she took from the safe house to the metro station. Updated access privileges for the following account types. Admin access, full access. When was that? In 91. Okay. 92. RTA is down while we work on a solution to report terminal connections. 3 days later, the RTA was working again. So from time to time the remote terminal access is offline for a couple of days. That's probably when they were messing around in that safe house there. Per request, one temporary admin key has been added to the network. In 1993. Yes, that's hardly. Admin key deactivated. Like about 20 days later. And then in June 93, that's when Kimberly arrived, the lab assistant. So she's working here a few months before we arrived. Added new data management features to the Blackbridge admin control. Updated the user database. Added new data management features. So, when was this? 1st of August. 6th of November. Changing of the guard. In preparation for Simon's arrival, inbound and outbound messages as well as offsite connections from the outside the estate have been disabled per the instructions left by the Baron himself. 6th of November, yeah. So one day before we arrived. They have took down whatever is the connection with the outside. Which we do not have yet. We only have inside network between all the different terminals. So we need to find another way to get to the outside so that they the staff can reach us. Yeah, like now we have the mailbox is activated on different computers, but they can't send us mails, I think, because we don't have an outside connection. We have no internet, let's put it that way. We just have an internal mainframe connection. Okay, so we need to find 3 more admin keys. Oh, wait a minute, let me try something. Let's try our Mary Jones. Okay. Marion Marigold. Marigold Marion. That's her pen name from our mother. Admin not found. Okay. Caleb Manning. Manning Caleb. Not found. Then the other guy there, the publisher, Philip White. Philip White. Admin not found. Okay. What else do we know? Christoph the driver. We don't know. Oh, the new groundskeeper. What's his name? Robert Angula, I think. Angula. Robert. That should be something like that. Oh, he doesn't have a key. So why did the former groundkeeper have a key and then the new one doesn't? I don't know. What's his name again? Did I type it wrong? It's Angula, right? Now we're tidying up a few loose ends here and there, so we're running around the house today. Bunch of courtyards in our house. Well, we solved the signal, at least. What is his name here? We know it's in the logbook here somewhere. Nogula. Nogula, it's Nogula. It's not Angula, it's Nogula. So it's N-O-G-U and then R for Robert. With capital N and capital R. Okay, let's see. Do you have an admin key, mate? So it's not Angula. I thought it was like some Nigerian or something, you know. I thought it was like something like this, right? Angola, but it's Nogula. So it's N-O-G-U, Nogula, and then only four characters, and then what did I say, Robert? So it's Nogur, with capital N and capital R, and there's others. Never mind. It doesn't have a key. Okay, so we need to find 3 more keys. There are 3 more keys because they were delisted. But they do exist though. And they were deleted locks, so we're gonna have to find these keys to read those deleted locks. More than likely. Did we throw it in a coin here today yet? No? Here we go. One of these days we'll drain the fountain and pick up all our coins again. But for today, I think we did what we had to do. We didn't have a plan with the outside room, so we picked the shrine and chosen Blessing of the Gardener for 3 days, which means in the next upcoming days we will also still have Blessing of the Gardener, which means 8 courtyards in the house, which is always good for gems. And so, as you can see, you can fill up the grid very easily when you have gems and keys enough. And we had the locksmith in the house so that we can open the rest of the crates downstairs. So reservoir is done. So next time we want the pump room again, so that we can put that water a bit in the reservoir. We don't need to be on the bottom anymore. So either we put it on safe house level, or we put it on reservoir level that we can cross with the boat maybe. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it on. We know we can put it on safe house and empty the pool. That's what we want to do, I think. We had power to the boiler room, or to the pump room the other day. So we could actually fill up that reserve tank. So we don't need power anymore now. We can mess around with the water levels as much as we want. We have enough space because we filled up the reserve tank. So whatever that water that was always in our way that we couldn't, it's now gone. It's all in the reserve. So which gives us the option to completely empty the pool and put the reservoir on level 6, which was not possible without the reserve tank. It was not even possible to empty the reservoir without the reserve tank. So we got taken care of that the other day. But we still want that pump room again because, and to be able to do that, we need to pump a room pool situation. Yeah, we got it a few times here after dropping the pool. So because the pool adds the pump room to the house that day. So we definitely need the pool. So the pool is also one of these rooms which we need to get in the conservatory so that we can make it more common. I don't know what it is now, but standard. Yeah, it does show up. We dropped it every time, I think, 7 times already. But I still want it common though, that it shows more up, because it's T-shape. We want as many T-shapes as possible. Always have you more options for exits. I don't want any of these dead ends unless we can avoid them. Of course you want to get them once so that you know what's going on in that room. But that's how I look at it. Mail room, we are delivering letters, so that is one of those rooms. If that shows up in the conservatory, we might bring it on standard or something. Code check is also something we want to bring lower, that you see it often, that you can, if you find something really good, like a vault key or something, that you can save it and pick it up the next day. Because we don't see. I have a vault key for several episodes already in that code check, and I think once or twice we saw it back, and then we didn't have the vault that day. So I just let it be. It's still in there. It's one of those vault keys. So that's definitely the bedrooms. Boudoir, sure, upgraded with 2 rolling dice. This bedroom, sure, it's an L shape, gets you out of a corner here or there, and doesn't cost you any steps. But all the rest of these bedrooms are dead ends. We are starting with 70 steps. We have enough coins meanwhile. We have enough allowance. We can buy food. So something like the guest bedroom, don't need it anymore. The nursery, I think I used that once since I've upgraded it. And yeah, then it was full of gems because we used like... What you can do now, of course, is you can do... With the power of the king that we just chosen, we can run a greenhouse day. And you put this thing first in. And then dropped all the other green rooms, then you have like 20 gems in that room spawning. That's good work. Master bedroom. That's something if you're in trouble on the east wing. If you're in trouble with food or stuff, then you want to drop that because it gives you 1 step for every room in your house, right? That's why we have so many steps today. We have it in the house. We have it in the house and we had 40 rooms before we have, it's the last room that we dropped it, right? So we had 40 rooms in our house, so it gave us 40 extra steps. The lady chamber, we need to get that in combination with the tomb. Whenever we have this room in our house again, we need to have the tomb as our outside room so that we can pick up our diary key, come to the room and open the diary. Foyer, we need a draft at some point. We can do that easier now. Now that we have power of the king, we can choose. We'll probably do the next time. We will probably, if I remember, we will probably run an orange day and see if we can make that work. That we get that foyer in that in the thingy things. Other than that, we have to call it a day somewhere. Do we have a room which gains us extra stars or something, or no? No idea. No, we didn't put the planetarium in or something. No, we have 15 stars and 30 allowance. Okay, we'll just go to sleep in the what is this here? The guest bedroom then, I guess. Whatever you do, don't go to sleep in the ladies' chamber, because then the next day you start with 60 steps less. We tried the bedroom already, that didn't do anything, I think. Or maybe we should try the master bedroom. I might regret it again, but we'll see. We're testing out a few of these things, calling it a day in different rooms, and seeing the master bedroom is not something that shows up often. What is that thing even? Yeah, it's unusual. It's a level 3. The other time, an episode or 2 ago, I think, we had the ladies' chamber for the first time, so we called it a day in that room. The next day we started with 60 steps. So, I don't know what this room does, but, well, we'll let you know next time. We'll call it a day in the master bedroom. Maybe we start with 100 steps tomorrow. Who knows? And I probably will record that only next weekend probably, so we'll see. We have enough footage for a couple of days to post the videos before we have to record again, so just need to remember, maybe I should write it down. How about that? Master bedroom. Master bedroom. Called it. And then see if it actually has effect next time. In our garden shopping center. Got some progress going. Obviously, we still have that thing for another 2 days. The blessing of the gardener. So we will still have courtyards all around. if you need to move around the house very quickly, that is definitely not a bad thing to have. And especially in this case, because I have it upgraded with 2 gems, so it gives me, you always have no gems problems if you do the gardener with your 8 courtyards. But of course it takes away a lot of spaces for other rooms that you might want to see or might need for something else. You can do it from time to time, but don't do it every day, I would advise you, because you also do need to see the other rooms for other puzzles and so. But today we sort of were, see what happened, right? That's what we did today, just see what happened and then see what we could remember. We actually made quite some progress. We solved another of the signals. We have emptied all the crates down the reservoir so we can fill up that thing with water again. And we messed around a little bit with the admin keys, which didn't really tell us anything. So I think the grotto admin keys is about finding the 3 missing ones. So we need more clues. Other than that, we changed the chess pieces as well. So we now have power of the king that we can use next time if we don't forget it. We can choose a color in the morning and do an orange day, get that foyer in the house or something like that. And then if I remember, we will make some notes about it. Today was about sigils and admin keys. Books, library, we need library. That's something that I do need to note for the next episode. Get the library, and preferably through the conservatory, so that we can change the rarity of that room, because that library we have not seen that much. They offer 6 books in the beginning, I think. I think we only read 2 so far and ordered a 3rd one, I think we have one on order, but I'm not even sure about that. We did not see that room that often. But we got some progression going. Oh yeah, and we also need to figure out this thing here. The Baron Bafflers. I don't know if it leads to anything, or is it something that we already know. That is, yeah, that was the treasure that we found. Normally you get like a crate with coins or gems or something. Usually it's 40 coins, sometimes it's 25 coins and a few gems. But this time we didn't. This time we got it in a bedroom and we dug up this thing here, which I don't know what it does. Try to figure it out. Fill in some papers and see what is possible. Some sort of cryptic. We'll figure it out. If I find a solution or what it could mean, even if we know the results. We think the first one is secret, then we know alcohol. I'm not sure about the 3rd one. The scale we think is Kelvin. And the other ones we need to think a bit more about, I think. And then see if it actually leads to something, I don't know. We took a screenshot of it. What is this? Right, that's how you make the admin keys. And then, yeah, we know that route. 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. Why do we know it? I have no idea why we need it, but we have written it down. This one can actually go, because this one is solved. So this one, it can get removed. This one has nothing to do with anything of this. Get rid of that one as well. And then the next thing we also need to have a look at is this thing, of course. First key found in the furthest rank, so that's room 46. Second key locked or tied in the vault. Oh yes, one of these vaults has also a sanctum key. So we need to get a vault with some of these keys. We already found like 3 or 4 of them. We have not opened or been able to open any of them. We have one of them, I think it's 149, which we have in the code check setting. So one is in the vault. The 3rd key is high up amongst all the clocks. That's gotta be in the clock tower. Now that we found that room. The fort down below, beneath all the docks. We found that one. We found the furthest rank, we found this one. The 5th key is held by a king on his throne. Throne room? So vault, clock tower, throne room. The 6th is in a station led by one of your own. That's the metro station, we found that one. The 7th is major if you dropped in it quite late. Music room, if you dropped it late, you will get a sanctum key. We got that one. And the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8, of which we think is the last door of the mechanarium. So, vault, clock tower, throne room, mechanarium. Those are the 4 remaining keys, and now we can not solve the puzzle maybe, but we can at least open the doors. We have 4 open now, and the 4 that we have open we have solved, which means we need to find more information about the others, because other than the fact that we kind of know what the realms are called, or the realms, we know their color, which means we know what the border is, but that's about it. We have no other information about it. Okay. And yeah, the rest is actually let me have a look on this. This is the Veneris one. It's completely done. That can go. This is the Orindi ones, can go as well. The family tree might need it later on, don't know yet. So we're still working on that one. That's the metro puzzle. Oh, metro puzzle. Metro route. Our mother showed us the route, which gives you a number which we don't know anything about. Is that a code for something? Is that something we have to do in order in some other puzzle that shows up? And then yeah, the babblers, which I don't know. This could be something in between, or it leads to something else. We need to figure out what this is. If I think about it, I'll see if I can fill it in, or C can come up. We thought it was CL something, but then what would that mean, CL something? Even if we know it, like let's say it with clover was the word, but it must lead to something related to our puzzles, right? At the moment we're mainly looking for new clues, of course, and a couple of rooms that we still need in the house, which we don't have yet. And then of course more information about the rest of these sigils, so that we can solve also the other 4 at some point in time. Other than the fact that we know what border color they have, we need to figure out if it's industrial or poetic or spiritual or any of that sort. So that's gonna have to come from books or from notes or from letters or from postcards, or and then there's obviously more to come after that. We have a few things on the side of which we still don't know what it's all about. So the secrets are slightly not revealing themselves that easy anymore. In the beginning you get clues and so many things coming from all the sides that you didn't know what was going on. We also have to play more with the water in... we sort of done what we had to do in the reservoir. We know that 13, 6, 0, there were 3 different things to do. Well, 13 is just to bring the boat across. 6 is to go to the safe house. 0 is to open all the crates on the bottom. So that's something we know. But of course you can also operate from that pump room, not only the reservoir. Yeah, we can drain the fountain, we can get all the coins back, that's one option. The pool, also there. Drain the pool, we put some trunks in there. Kitchen. Yeah, you can put water in the kitchen, don't know why. Then the tap runs in the kitchen. That's gotta be used in something at some point. And then greenhouse. Also there, I'm not sure what the thing with that is. Maybe if we have water in the greenhouse, maybe it runs flowers or something, or maybe you find more items. And then we also have the aquarium. We have to drain that at some point as well. See what that is all about. Why are we able to drain the aquarium? That might lead to something else. We will see. So yeah, we have a few things to do. Just have to remember to do them. So yeah, I will make a list for the next episode, so that we sort of know what our goals are before we forget. As for today, that will be it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys the next time for episode number 16. Bye bye.